Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you how I created my Monster Reunion embellishment box. I love how it turned out and I wanted to do a tutorial to show you guys how I put it together. So I'm using this container that I picked up at Daiso. I'll link my haul down in the description box because I went over the summer and picked up a bunch of stuff. So I love this box, it's so cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill everything up first. So I have these orange pumpkin confettis that I picked up at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. I have some orange sequins also from Hobby Lobby. And then I have these spider confettis or sequins, whatever you want to call them, from Cartwright Sequins. So I'm just going to pop those in there. The color scheme for my box is going to be orange and black. So I'm going to try and stick with those colors. And then I just added some more confetti from the 99-cent store. Those table scatter spiders that I got from Michael's, as well as these bones. And that is that side. Then I'm going to flip it over and add my goodies to the other side. So first I'm going to be adding these super cute candy corns, also from Michael's. I have buttons that I got from Joann's years ago and I still have them in my stash, so I figured I would go ahead and share. So I'm going to be popping in orange, black, and white buttons. In the next little compartment I have some orange and black pom-poms that I'll be adding, and I actually am thinking of a way that I could make some embellishments using these. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a tutorial for my Halloween channel that I'll link down below. So in case you guys want to follow Halloween crafting all year long, definitely go ahead and subscribe to that. I have the black spiders again from Michael's. So now it's time to go ahead and create our sleeve. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measures 6 7/8 by 5 1/4. On the 6 7/8 side, you're going to go ahead and score it 1 5/8 and 5 1/4. To be adhering my background first onto my sleeve, just so it's a little bit easier. I have a video on how I created this background and I'll link it in the description box. I just used black embossing powder to make my sentiment kind of pop, and I love how it turned out. So next I'm just going to go ahead and fold the sides on both of the pieces of cardstock that create our sleeve. And I'm just going to show you how you are going to be putting it together. So this is what it looks like, and you're going to add adhesive to the sides. So I just flipped my flap over and just adding some adhesive with my ATG gun tape. And once that's done, you're just going to go ahead and line everything up and press it really well so that the sides are nice and stuck down, nothing's going to come up. So I'm doing that to the other side as well. And super easy, our sleeve is done. So now I'm just going to go ahead and decorate the front of it, which I had so much fun doing. So I have the Monster Reunion stamp set from Tim Holtz, and I absolutely love it. I was having so much trouble trying to figure out how to color these images. For some reason, I used my Everblend markers from Arteza, I used my watercolor pencils, so many things. And finally, I was like, I need to look at a picture on how these guys are colored. So I went over to Pinterest and I found a ton of awesome inspiration. And it looked like they used the distress markers. And I was like, wait a minute, I have those and I haven't used them in a while. So I dusted off my Tim Holtz Distress ink markers, and you guys, I love this so much. I love the messy, inky, just carefree way of coloring. I just really loved this technique, and I want to show you guys how I colored up these images. So first off, I have the color Festive Berries, and I colored my glass mat just to get a little bit of the product on it. I have a water brush that I am picking up the color with, and I'm coloring in layers. So between each layer, I am drawing the image and going over it again and just adding little bits of color wherever I feel. And then look at how you get this super inky watercolored look. So this is the next color. I'm going to be using Hickory Smoke for his pants. So as you can see, I'm just kind of at first filling in his pants. Just filling it in, and I'm not caring if I get out of the lines. I dry it and I'm going over it again, and I'm just adding little bits of color wherever I want, drying that, and we're just coloring in layers. The more you add, the darker it gets in certain spots. Like, it's just so awesome. It looks very watercolored, and that's how I figured out how to color these. So you don't have to color these images the way that I'm doing them. I feel like I've tried everything. I tried different papers. I didn't like anything. I used watercolor paper. I used Bristol. I used everything. I used different coloring mediums. I just was not happy with anything. And finally, I figured out that I really love the Bristol with the Tim Holtz Distress markers. Also, the Bristol doesn't warp as much, especially because I'm not going crazy and detailed and coloring with a lot of water on this. I'm just filling it in, like filling in his face and drying it really quickly. And then going back in with a little bit of the color and just picking spots of where I want and then drying that really quickly. If that makes sense, I hope it does. So that's how I learned how to color these images, and I love it. So this is what he looks like. And next I'm gonna go ahead and color up this grave. I chopped off the bottom of the grave on an angle because I'm going to be using it behind my hill that I'm gonna be creating. I'm gonna be doing like a little scene. So again, just filling in the grave really quick. I'm using this color peeled paint for the zombie that's coming out. And again, just filling it in super quick, then drying it. And after I dry it, adding another little bit of color, like another layer, and just picking where I want dark spots, and it's just so much fun. I want to stamp more of these up and color more of them. So I'm already thinking of a project that I could do using these, because it was just a lot of fun. So adding more color to my grave, and then I'm going to be drying that one more time, and everything is ready to add to my scenery. I created a box, an embellishment box, using the Monster Reunion stamp set. If you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it down below. And I enjoyed coloring up those characters, but I really wanted to create a scene going vertical. So I had this hill die that I got from Hello Bluebird, and I just went ahead and die cut it and kind of measured and saw where I wanted it, placing everything and just kind of trying to figure stuff out. I have some foam tape on the bottom of the hill, and I'm going to be adding that first to my scenery. Then I have some adhesive on the grave, and I'm going to be popping that in. But at first, I'm just trying to see where I want my vampire to be and where the grave should be. So I'm just kind of eyeing everything, seeing what looks good. And I think my vampire is going to go there. So I have more tape that I'm just going to be adding to the back of him, foam tape for just some dimension. And I'm going to see first, you're like, what is she doing? I'm just placing him to see how much more tape I need to add. So I add a little bit more tape, and I think that's good. And I'm just going to go ahead and peel that off and adhere my vampire to my scene. And I think that's perfect. So I have the Tim Holtz, I think it's Bat Crazy dies, and they're the new dies from this year. And so what I went ahead and did is just die cut out some bats, and I'm going to be adding them to the sky. I think it's just perfect because he's a vampire, so it would only make sense to add bats. So I have little bits of foam tape on the back of the bats as well, and I'm just adding them to my scenery. And then we're just going to go ahead and slip our embellishment box in, and everything is done. Now we're just going to go ahead and add the word band portion of it. So I still wanted to add a word band. I love this Tim Holtz Halloween word band that I got from Michael's last year. And even though I already have my sentiment, I just wanted to add this because I thought it was really, really cute touch. So I have some black elastic, and I'm going to be threading my word plate through. It says Found Curiosities, which I thought was perfect for this embellishment box. And I'm just kind of seeing where I need to tie it. So this is how I tie it. I just move the word plate to the back of the embellishment box and then do a knot in the front, a couple knots actually, cut off my excess, and then place my word plate on the front and slip it on. So I love it. And then I also made this charm, super, super cute. I love adding charms to anything and everything. So this is a little Tim Holtz token that says Wicked, and I just have a couple spiders. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. Love you guys. Bye.